You may not be able to find this pumpkin brioche twist on Trader Joe's shelves anymore, but that's okay because we can make it from home and we can make it sourdough. In the bowl of my stand mixer, I combine some half and half pumpkin puree and some granulated sugar. Then I crack in 1 egg, preferably not a double yolk. Then I add my stiff sweet starter that I made yesterday. This helps reduce that sourdough tang and makes it more of a sweet flavor and less sour. It is pretty thick, so I try to piece it apart as I add it to the bowl. Then I add in my flour and my salt. Next, I do some rounds of mixing in my stand mixer to get the gluten nice and developed for a stronger dough. Then I go in and add my softened butter to the dough, 1 tablespoon at a time, trying to wait until it's all incorporated to add the next one. After a while, your dough will start to come together in a cohesive ball. It'll pass the window pane test, and that's when you're ready for bulk fermentation. I transfer my dough into a greased bowl, I cover it, and I put this in a warm place. For me, this is my proofing box. For you, it might be the oven with the light on. This bulk ferments for about 5 hours, and then it goes directly into the refrigerator overnight. The next morning, we can take our dough out of the fridge and make our filling. This is butter, brown sugar, cinnamon, and pumpkin pie spice, all mixed together into a paste. I lightly flour my surface, and then I dump my dough out and roll it into a 10 by 14 inch rectangle. I use a bowl scraper to apply an even layer of that filling. All around the rectangle, I do leave about 1 inch around the border. From the short end, this gets rolled up into a log. This is my favorite part of the recipe. We get to slice this log right down the middle. I move the cut sides face up right next to each other, and then this gets twisted into a braid. Hence the name pumpkin twist. You get it. I try to do this twist as tight as possible. Once we are done with the twist, I tuck the edges under, and this goes into a greased loaf pan. For a nice fluffy loaf, we want this dough to get real nice and puffy. So this is going back into the proofing box for about 4 to 5 hours until it looks like this. It should fill up the pan and be nice and jiggly. That's how we know we're ready to bake. I cover this with an inverted loaf pan for the first half of baking, and 45 minutes later, you'll have your own pumpkin brioche twist loaf. To add a little bit of sweetness and shine, I mix together some butter and maple syrup, and I brush this on as a glaze over the top right out of the oven. After about 10 minutes, I transfer it from the pan to a cooling rack to cool down before we slice into it. This loaf is so soft, lightly spiced. It has that beautiful shreddable brioche texture that we all love, and it sure gives Trader Joe's a run for their money. The full step-by-step recipe is up on my website. I hope you enjoy it as much as I do.